Welcome to the Seeds of Transformation podcast, where biblical truth meets modern day. I'm your host, Dr. Allma Johnson, and I'm thrilled to embark on this journey with you. Here, we'll delve into a myriad of topics from healthcare to finance. Why? Well, everything begins with a seed. Join me and a few keen guests that'll stop by periodically as we explore the power of being a seed sown in shaping our lives and communities. After all, in Jesus' hand, a tiny seed becomes a miraculous testament of faith and growth. So, grab your headphones before you go on your walk or hop on that treadmill, and make sure you turn up the volume in your car and get ready to be inspired, challenged, and encouraged. Let's sow seeds of transformation together and witness the incredible harvest that awaits us on our collective journey. Let us begin. Hey there, and welcome to the Seeds of Transformation podcast with your host, Dr. Allma Johnson. I'm Dr. Allma, and there's a lot about this season that's meant to feel joyful, warm, meaningful, full of light. And yet, for so many people, there's another layer beneath the surface: quiet pressure, unspoken stress, the kind that shows up when expectations collide with reality, especially when it comes to money. Today's conversation is a gentle one. It's honest. It's not about shame or numbers or getting everything right. It's about peace. It's about telling the truth without pretending. And it's about remembering that our worth, our faith, and our joy are not measured by what we can spend or provide. So, whether you're listening from your couch, your car, wherever you are, I want you to take a breath. You don't need to brace yourself for this episode. Just be present. Let's step into a conversation about Christmas, money, and the quiet panic no one talks about, and find a little more peace together. I want to talk today about something that almost no one wants to admit out loud, especially this time of year, because Christmas is supposed to be joyful. It's supposed to be warm, meaningful, and full of light. But for a lot of people, underneath the lights and the music and the smiles, there's something else happening. There's panic, quiet panic, the kind you don't post about, the kind you don't bring up at dinner, the kind that shows up when you're lying in your bed at night, doing the math in your head, when you're opening your banking app and immediately closing it, when you're trying to figure out how to make Christmas feel special without it costing more than you can actually afford. And if that's you, I want you to know something right away. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're not lacking faith. You are human. Christmas has a way of pressing on places we already feel vulnerable. And money is one of the most emotional things we can carry. Whether we admit it or not, it's never just about numbers. It's about security. It's about love. It's about identity. And at Christmas, all of that gets turned up. I don't want this conversation to feel heavy or shaming. This isn't a budgeting class. This isn't a lecture. This is a place to breathe, a place to tell the truth, a place to find peace without pretending everything is fine. because many of us are pretending. We smile while wondering if we're disappointing people. We give while feeling stretched thin. We keep traditions alive that cost more every year, even when our income hasn't grown the same way. And no one sends you a bill for Christmas expectations, but somehow you still feel like you owe. There's pressure to give the same way you always have, or more. Pressure to match last year. Pressure to keep up with what everyone else seems to be doing. Pressure to prove love through spending. Pressure to make it magical. And if you're a parent, that pressure can feel unbearable. You don't want your kids to feel like they're missing out. If you're already an adult child, you don't want to disappoint family. If you're single, widowed, divorced, or caregiving, there are expectations placed on you that no one ever really asks if you can carry. And we don't talk about it because Christmas is supposed to be happy. And if you admit you're struggling, it can feel like you're ruining the mood. But here's the truth. Silence is where Christmas stress grows. Peace doesn't come from pretending. Peace comes from honesty. Money stress is not just practical. It is deeply emotional. Money represents safety. It represents competence. It represents whether we feel like we're doing okay in life. For some of us, money is even tied to our self-worth, our sense of worth. For others, it's tied to control. And when money feels tight, it doesn't just threaten our wallets, it threatens our identity. That's why Christmas can feel so heavy, amongst many other reasons, because we start believing things like, if I don't give enough, I'm not loving enough. If I can't afford what I want to give, I'm failing. If I don't make this special, I'm letting people down. And somewhere along the way, we absorb this lie that says our value is measured by what we can provide. Let me say this clearly. That is not true. It is a lie. Your worth is not on sale this season. It does not rise or fall with your spending. It is not proven by receipts. And when we look at the very first Christmas, that becomes even clearer. Jesus was not born into abundance. He was born into simplicity, vulnerability, poverty, even. There was no excess, no spectacle, no carefully curated moment, no financial security. The first Christmas would not photograph well. It wouldn't trend. It wouldn't impress. And yet, that is where God chose to come. God did not wait for the world to get its finances together. He did not wait for stability or comfort or surplus. He entered humanity in the middle of limitation, which tells us something important. God does not require abundance to bring people hope. He brings himself. And if that's true, then maybe We're allowed to stop believing that Christmas has to cost us peace in order for it to be meaningful. You are allowed to set limits. You are allowed to say, this is what we can do this year. You are allowed to change traditions. You are allowed to simplify. You are allowed to protect your future by not borrowing from it. Debt doesn't disappear on December 26th. It just waits. And it doesn't mean there's shame if you're already carrying it. It means wisdom matters. Peace matters. Your nervous system, for goodness sakes, matters. Your sleep matters. Generosity is not defined by price tags. Sometimes generosity looks like presence, like thoughtfulness, like time, like prayer, like honesty. Sometimes generosity looks like having a hard conversation instead of silently resenting expectations. And I know those conversations are uncomfortable, but peace is often on the other side of one honest moment. And if you're listening to this already overwhelmed, already behind, already stressed, hear me clearly. You are not disqualified from joy. God is not disappointed in you. He is not standing over you with a checklist. He is not measuring your faith by your financial margin. He is with you, patient, present, kind. Christmas was never meant to be a test. You pass or fail. The world tells us Christmas should cost more. God tells us Christmas came to give us more. More grace, more hope, more light, even in limited circumstances. So my prayer for you is this, that this Christmas would be lighter than last year, that your worth would not be measured by what you spend. And I'm speaking to you last minute shoppers out there as well. That your peace, not pressure, would be what lingers. And that somewhere in the middle of the noise and the expectations and the numbers, you would remember this. God came near, not because everything was ready, but because love always does. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Seeds of Transformation podcast. Before you go, take a moment to share your thoughts with a 5-star review and connect with me on social media. Listen, your feedback fuels growth. Until next time, stay inspired. And as always, keep growing in all things of God.